Hey guys, it is NCS Fan 001 here for episode 7 of Trophy Hunting Academy. Today's episode is auto-popping trophies, cross-save, cross-sync, and yeah, that's a pretty long title. Now, this is not a topic that I know as well as some of the others that I've discussed. This one can be a bit more confusing and all, so I'll do my best to describe it, but I don't know if I'm going to hit every single point about it. Okay, so I touched on this a bit previously when I was talking about shared versus separate trophy lists. Not much, though, with that. But basically, what this means between cross-save and then cross-sync or auto-popping, as it's called, for some games, is basically if you play a game and it's available on multiple systems, it might be considered a cross-buy game. Counter-Spy was an example of that. Thomas Was Alone did that. Quite a few other small, usually just smaller games do that. And basically it means that if you buy the game once on one system, you get it on at least one other system, potentially both other systems, which is actually really cool. That might also mean, in the cases of some games, that they only have a single trophy list shared between them. And I think, like I said, I've discussed that before, and that is generally going to be the case if a game is just straight up cross-buy, is that you'll just end up seeing the trophy list being shared so you can only platinum or 100% at once, which, like I said, I think is usually the better thing when it comes to shared versus separate trophy lists. But that's just me. However, there are some occasions where a game has something called cross-save, and that is a feature we have seen in, I would say, one of the best examples, or one of the examples that I can think of, is Sly 4 Thieves in Time, in that with Sly 4, if you make progress in the game on one version, say the PS3 version, you can then sync your save file to a cloud, and then download it onto your PS Vita, to where you'll end up having pretty much all your progress made for Vita, and that can obviously help a lot with trophies, but make you not have to go through the 5 billion freaking collectibles of that game. Well, that game isn't as bad in collectibles as some games, but it's probably the worst in the Sly series for collectibles, and potentially in trophies in general. But that's one example. One major example, though, that I'm going to be discussing more in depth in the next episode of this is Sound Shapes. And Sound Shapes is infamous when it comes to trophies and cross-save, cross-sync, whatever you want to call it, is that you can platinum the game 6 times pretty much by only doing it once. And like I said, I'm going to be discussing that more in a future video, but with that game, you can buy the game on one system, get all the trophies in that system's version, or region's version, which I'm also going to cover regions in a future video, and you can get it on that system, or that region, or wherever you're getting it at, and play through it once there, and platinum it, and then you can literally just save that to a cloud, and sync all your progress onto another version. So that's really, really epic, because that allows you to basically get 6 platinum trophies for very little, well, not very little effort, but for the effort of just one. So that's sort of what those mean, but generally speaking, when you see like cross-save or cross-buy, it's going to be a single shared trophy list, and if it is separate trophy lists, you're probably not going to be able to sync up your actual trophies. I know that what would it be called, the Handsome Collection for the Borderlands games is not going to do that. You have to re-earn the trophies, even though you can carry over all your progress from 2 or the pre-sequel to the PS4 version. So, really, it's not the most helpful thing for trophies, but it can help to be able to sync up your save data to a different system when you're switching over to a different system, and I do probably plan to do that if I get the Handsome Collection, which I bet I will, because it's going to run so much better on the PS4. But it would be kind of fun just to play through Borderlands 2 and pre-sequel again on PS4 from scratch. Just maybe with the badass rank carrying over and stuff. But that would be kind of helpful, I guess. But like I said, Sound Shapes is the only major example of being able to sync up trophies to a cloud that I can think of. If you guys know of anything else, please let me know. So, I know this wasn't my best video ever for this series, and I promise the next one's going to be better, but Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys for the next episode next week, which is going to be about sound shapes. So, see you guys then.